Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Leanna if you're new, and today I thought I would do something a little different. So as you may have gathered from the title, this video is for me 1 year in the future. This is definitely more of a personal video and a little bit selfish, but I personally really love seeing more personal videos from YouTubers that I like to watch. My channel is definitely not big enough to the point where like people actually care about what I'm gonna say in this video. But you know, I've been getting some new subscribers recently and I am super excited about that. So you know, in case any of you wanted to like know me a little better, this video is for you too, but you know, it's mainly for me. So I'm kind of in the stage of life where things change really fast, and a lot of things are happening, even though it feels like nothing has really changed, like everything is stagnant because the pandemic has been going on. But I'm 22. I just graduated from college. In the past 8 months I moved twice and I'm about to start a new job in 2 days. Also, my YouTube channel is growing. I started a nail business in September. So you know, a lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening for sure. And you know, sometimes I still like can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm like not a student anymore. I hated being a student, and that was like most of my life, like ever since I was like fucking 5 years old. Like I think I liked school up until I was like 15. That was when I took my first AP class, and then I was like, oh, I hate school. But like, you know, it's been 8 months since I've graduated, but you know, I still haven't fully wrapped my head around the fact that I'm like free to like do shit. And you know, when I was in school I would always be like, oh, you know, like here at school you pay to suffer, but then you know, at least when you're working you get paid to suffer, so you know, that seems like a little better. And like also, after you get off your 9 to 5, the rest of the evening is yours. But with school, once you go home you have to do homework, and so that's like a 24/7 thing. Like being a student is a 24/7 thing, and it was so mentally exhausting. And everybody would always be like, oh, you know, you're gonna miss being a student so much when you graduate, and I'm just like, bet I hated being a student so much. I hated it, and I do not miss it. I do not miss it. But you know what I do miss? I miss being in college. I miss having purpose, that direction, you know, that comes with going to school. Your purpose when you're in school is to, you know, get decent grades and get your degree. But like after you graduate, you're just like on your own. Like you're on your own. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You gotta earn money, you gotta support yourself, you know. I'm getting really off topic. This is not what this video is supposed to be about. Okay, so anyway, today I thought I would answer some personal questions about where I am in life right now, and then do another video next year reacting to this video. If you've seen Billie Eilish do those same interview 1 year later videos, then that's kind of like what I'm trying to do. But I'm definitely not famous enough for this. But you know, like I said, this is for me and anybody who wants to watch. So yeah, today's video is a little more selfish, so hopefully you guys are okay with that. So the first question is, what's a day in your life like right now? Okay, so right now I haven't started work yet. I get up, I eat, and then I work out. And I've pretty much been exclusively doing YouTube and like the podcast and also the nails. So you know, it's either like a filming day or like an editing day, or a filming and editing day, or like an editing day and then I'll like do some nails. I haven't really been doing the podcast that much, but you know, I started it as more of a chill side project kind of thing, so I'm not really like beating myself up for it. Today specifically, today is a Saturday, I spent a good couple hours doing laundry because for some reason I managed to wear like 7 pairs of pants this week, and I'm just like, do I really need 1 pair of pants for each day of the week? Ugh. And then I just filmed a makeup and mythology episode 15, I think, 16, episode 16, and I wonder if I am keeping up with it in 1 year. I hope I am. I wonder if I ran out of myths to do. You know, there's only so many. There's a finite amount of myths out there, and I wonder when I'm going to run out. But it's probably not going to be like in a year's time. Sometimes I have self-tape auditions. Of course, you know, COVID is still out there, so there are no in-person auditions. Also, I'm not currently located in LA. All the auditions that I have been doing have been self-tapes. I don't know if I'm gonna put acting on hold for my job, but I think I might have to. But you know, there have been a couple of self-tapes in the past couple months, and you know, sometimes I forget to eat. It's recently come to my attention that I'm a workaholic. I try to eat my vegetables, and you know, if it's a good day, you know, at some point I'll have a bowel movement, and now I'm getting into the TMI territory. So you know, I'll just leave it at that. That's pretty much a day in the life. You know, each day is slightly different, but I'm always like doing the same like 5 things. And sometimes I go for a walk. I usually walk on days that I don't do leg day so that my legs can still move. Because, you know, staying at home has just been like, ugh. What are you thankful for right now? Right now I am thankful for not having to pay rent and not having to cook because I'm living with my parents, and just having had these past 8 months to do like whatever the fuck I want, you know, like to, you know, really get my creative juices flowing without school being something that prevents me from going all in on my personal projects. So, you know, I'm really grateful for these past 8 months that I've had to work on things, specifically this channel. Like, it's grown a lot and I'm really happy, and also really excited to see more growth. And I'm thankful for, you know, a roof over my head, clean water, because, you know, even though the Bay Area isn't my favorite place to be because of childhood trauma and etc., I'm grateful that we have the best water ever. It tastes so good. You know, I'm just grateful to have a place to sleep and a roof over my head. And sometimes you gotta really just think about those basics. It's really easy for people, myself included, to take those basics for granted, like food, water, shelter, you know, like obviously. Sometimes that can be taken for granted, and I don't want to take that for granted. Because no matter how bad things get for me, at least I have the basic necessities, and that is a really good thing. What are you most worried about at the moment? Well, I am worried about starting my new job and my supervisors realizing that I'm incompetent and it was a mistake to hire me. Imposter syndrome. Yeah, so I'm really worried about that right now. But you know, I'll try my best and try not to get fired. What are your current goals? So I definitely want to keep up this YouTube channel. I promised you weekly uploads. I promised you weekly makeup and mythology. I promised you 2 times a week, and that is what I am committing to. Of course, there might be some times where like shit just happens and I can't do it, but I'm not going to, you know, let those times stop me from trying my best to stick to this schedule and really just try to like grow my channel, because this is something that I have wanted for a really long time and still really want. So yeah, I'm fully committed to you and this channel. I'm committed to us. As for other goals, you know, try not to get fired, get a big fat ass. That's pretty much it. What are 3 highs and 3 lows from the past 12 months? Oh boy. Okay, so let's start with the lows, just because I think they're easier to think of because they're so fucking glaring. One of the lows was that I lost the gym. I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and the gym was some place that was really important to me. And it was an outlet for my stress. So I was working on myself, I was fully committed, and all of a sudden, you know, all the gyms were closed and I was like, what the fuck? Where am I supposed to work out now? So that was definitely really hard. Another low was having to move out of my San Diego apartment that I called my home for 2 years, and San Diego I called my home for the past 4 years. So that was definitely really hard to go. But you know, I didn't have a job, I couldn't find a job, and you know, there was nothing really in San Diego for me anymore, so it was time to go. And another low was that I almost got a job in LA in July, and I made it through all the interviews and they really liked me, and it really seemed like I was gonna get the job, and it was a tutoring job and it paid pretty decently. You know, I thought I was gonna be able to get an apartment and, you know, start my life in LA and like full on like be an actress and stuff. But then the LA school district decided not to open for the fall, and I was out of a job, and so that really sucked. Like, it felt like the future I wanted was right there in front of me. It was just out of reach. Like, it was 1 inch in front of me and then it just disappeared before I could grab it. So that was really devastating. It was really hard for me. So yeah, I mean, 2020 was definitely like kind of a hard year. Okay, so for 3 highs, 1 high was that I started my nail business and people were really excited about it, and you know, a lot of people still are really excited about it, and I managed to break even, and it felt really good to have something that I put so much effort into like pay off. And it felt really good to like know that other people were also really excited about it. I don't know how much time I'm gonna have to work on it since I'm gonna be working full-time now, but I'm really grateful to have done that and to have broken even and to have found an outlet for my creativity, which was something that I really needed. If quarantine hadn't happened, if COVID hadn't happened, I wouldn't have done this. There would be like a very, 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 very tiny market for press-on nails if it weren't for COVID and like all the nail salons were closed. So yeah, that was definitely a high, and I'm really proud of myself for having done that and broken even and everything. And another high of the past 12 months was coming home. You know, at first I saw this as a very, very, very big low, and don't get me wrong, like there are still some parts of it that are like not that great, but my best friends are here. And it's been really nice being close in proximity with them, even though I haven't like seen everybody that I want to see to the extent that I want to see them because of COVID and stuff, but I'm here and it feels good to be close. And you know, my sister's in this house as well, and she's one of my best friends, so it definitely feels good being around people that I love. Another high is that I lost weight, I guess. I have a rather popular weight gain video on my channel where I just talk about my personal experience with weight gain, and I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking me for like weight gain tips and advice, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, because I feel hesitant giving any like advice because I'm not like a professional, so you should definitely like do your own research and stuff. I mean, I'm happy to like talk to you about my personal experiences, but you know, I'm not in a place to like give tips and stuff. What was I going on this? Oh yeah, so I lost weight, and I feel like I was just like overeating a little bit to the point where like I was like bloated all the time and just like not feeling comfortable. One thing that happens when I don't go to the gym that much, or like one thing that happens when I come home, is that I lose weight. My family honestly like doesn't eat that much, and that's why I was malnourished in high school, but I'm okay. I'm a healthy weight, but in high school I definitely was not. I was severely underweight. Well, not severely, I was just like underweight, but I looked really, really frail and just really weak. Yeah, I didn't eat enough in high school. I felt like the weight I was at before quarantine, I wasn't really happy with, and then one thing that happened in quarantine was that I lost weight, and now I feel so much better in my body. And it made me realize that even though my ass is smaller and my boobs are smaller, this weight is where I'm comfortable, and I'm just gonna try to build muscle from here. Quarantine has been good for my physical and mental health, I think. I'm not so bloated every day anymore, which is really nice. It sucked being bloated every single day. I don't really like know what to do with my gut health. Like, gut science hasn't like been fully developed either, so like what research can I do to like there's nothing out there. There's not much out there anyways. So the next question is, what have you learned about yourself recently? I learned that I'm a workaholic. I never considered myself a workaholic because, you know, when I procrastinate, like I just don't do things for like 5 hours, but then like the whole time that I'm procrastinating, I have my work like right there. Like I'm supposed to be doing this, but I'm like procrastinating for 5. My god. And then like once I start working, like I find it really hard to stop because like I'm like in the flow, you know, like, but yeah, I think I'm a actual like workaholic. I'll try to take breaks every once in a while, and I realized that I don't schedule me time. I don't schedule me time in the calendar. Like I only take me time when there is me time. So that's probably not great. And I also realized recently that I'm a shopaholic as well. It kind of seems like I just get addicted really easily to harmful things. What are you looking forward to in the next few years? Financial stability for sure, living in my own apartment, fulfilling meaningful relationships with the people that I love, and a fulfilling and successful career that doesn't make me want to fucking die. I just want to be happy and successful and rich, and is that too much to ask? Hopefully it's not too much to ask to be happy and successful and rich, because that's all I want, and that's all I want in life. And you know, I'm gonna bust my ass. I'm gonna try my best to get there. What do you want to tell your future self? Okay, hi future me, hi 1 year in the future me. This feels really inorganic. Love you, first of all, and I hope you love yourself. I hope you remind yourself on a daily basis that you are worthy and beautiful and smart and capable. And yeah, I believe in you, and you should believe in yourself too. And I hope that, you know, you are back in the gym, and I hope that you have a big fat ass, and I hope that you are healthy and happy and just on your way, on your way. Like, you don't have to be exactly where you want to be. You just have to keep trying every single day, no matter how small, as long as you're taking steps towards your goals every single day. That's enough. Okay, what questions do you have for your future self? Okay, so future me, I would like to ask you, how do you think you have changed as a person? Also, in what ways do you do your makeup differently? And what's wrong with the way that I did it? And also, I hope you have healthy hair, because this took me a really long time to grow out, so you better appreciate it. That's not necessarily a question, but that's something I would like to say anyway. And you know, that's pretty much it. So, you know, I'll revisit this in 1 year and hopefully I remember to do it. If you're not me 1 year in the future, then I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too boring or like irrelevant or anything. But yeah, thank you to my viewers for letting me do a more selfish personal video this week. On the off chance that you're still here watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. You know, thank you so much for watching this video and my channel in general. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.